You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Voices come. Credibility, now we ability news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah. Voices down. Hi, yeah. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. The human them, God begin, let's get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fair. For the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the mass.
All right, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We were bring the program come to you this Thursday morning. Me and Khadija Bangura.
And me and Mabel Kaba, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show. Today is Thursday, the 20th day of February 2025, and inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show today, we take a look at the energy sector. Also, we go hear from the Ministry of Energy as to waiting and don't they do so far for ensure say them provide especially electricity to the people of Sierra Leone. As plenty complaint be done they come this BNTM again from the public regarding the shortage of electricity, especially in the capital city. What are the problems then with EDSA and how then they work for solving issues then, and that's what we discuss inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show.
All right, remember say yourself for the watch me, go get the opportunity for send me your message, add your voice to the discussion who they can get this morning. As you all know, currently Freetown they get challenge with electricity. Well, people them we press them the inputs at the sector. For lead, go can give we updates this morning. Waiting at some of the reason them we make Freetown they experience power shortage. And also, no say yourself can send with your message, your comments at the comment section. We go read all of the messages them later on inside the program. The program where they watch now the Breakfast Show live na Liberty TV.
All right, so they continue with the breakfast show, but quickly before we can look at the issue of energy and other issues and what don't they happen, let me just quickly look at sports. Usawan sports journalist when Pa Alice say don't say Tambagbetua we na the chairman for the Moyamba District Football Association being carry SLFA go courts because he said them be doing them we go against football. Well, Pa Ali Sise been talk this way they talk about the ordinary Congress election where SLFA announces BNTMC then go get after where the chairman for the Moyamba District Football Association, Sangba Betua, been withdrawn in court case where it been put against the Sierra Leone Football Association. Let me just watch that this interview where Mohammed Kamara been do with Pali Sise.
Hello viewers, of course, with me at the studio, I did with Pali Sise when I renowned sport journalist. We don't comment on local sports. Of course, for you to follow local sports, you know this man, and they don't comment on local sports. Most especially critical issues them we get for do with the football administration, SLFA, we na the body that one be responsible for the runnings of football. Also the issues that make it happen within the football sector. This man can always come around for ensure say analyze and at the same time give clarity to people and when they watch as to within don't they go on within the football in the country. And recently we see the Sierra Leone Football Association issue out a release where they announced new dates, for the ordinary Congress. We scheduled for Saturday, April 5th this year. And this will happen, we see a gentleman, we not Sambag Betua, we not the chairman for Moyamba District Football Association, after we filed an appeal against the football secretariat, we not the Sierra Leone Football Association, SLFA, with regards to certain things, then we not be feel satisfied with we according to them make a decide for going to court. But after the court we don't sit into that issue then we later will say the Congress will go on and now they don't get a new date. Well, waiting around this particular decision and as Paulina, a sports journalist, make a decide for talk to until they follow give and you don't take generally with regards to the issue we be going to court and also the new dates we don't come for the ordinary Congress for the Sierra Leone Football Association.
Sierra Leone Football Association, first of all, is a company limited by guarantee, which members are the who shareholders are the members when are the football clubs, the Premier League clubs, the district FAs, the regional FA, and also Division 1, 3 representation from each, and also the coaches and the veteran and referees. These are all members, 57 of them, and they make up the SLFA. Where the members they are the shareholders, and the board of directors are the executive committee members. That is to say, the SLFA is a committee by guarantee, which can be sued and be sued to court. Is because it gets under the Act of the Company Act. We guarantee them for say yes. Is a company, they sue anybody in a court and back they can sue them in a court. So because of that, one of its members, when the Moyamba District Football Association, headed by the chairman, decide for go on a court for a regress and ask for a better interpretation with the SLFA. They suppose forget them Congress last year, November 30th, and we then say the flat article 26.2 of the SLA statute. In the whole of Article 26, 1, 2, 3 to 4, they talk about Congress, extraordinary Congress, and the annual Congress. For example, Article 26, 1, they talk say, because SLFA come limited by guarantee, they need for the annual Congress quarterly every year. So they can choose for use them inside the second quarter, where from January to March, now one first quarter, April, May, June, and the second quarter. So they not pass inside that second quarter where now June for say they forget the extraordinary Congress or the annual Congress, sorry. So because of that, then we supposed to get this Congress where they say they want to go look at the statute where they go review. And this statute here, this 2019, it's almost 5 years where they get the new statute in 2019. So they do some amendment, but they cannot do it as an executive member because they are just a board of directors. They get in Congress, when are the highest body, when are they for go take come to. So they decide to get this as well Congress, which will happen in November. But then flat 1 or 2 things where they be failed for communicate the venue. Because the article tell you say venue time must be communicated within 45 days. So they left out the venue, they just communicate the time and the dates. So because of that, Mbabe 2 I thought it fits say no. We cannot go to a Congress, we will review your statute, then from there we will begin flat with your statute. So instead of go to a court, at the end the court look at they say yes, there is a case to answer, they say the case for proceed. That's why they put an injunction to that November 30th Congress. So why is then we don't pass a ruling for say the case for gone, that be stopped yourself and forget this 30th Congress of November last year. So what if FIFA do, FIFA right, and talk to the executive committee? You can go there as board of directors, resolve this issue with your members, because my ambassadors organization and one of the members, all the districts, all the 16 districts and members, the 5 regions, Western area, Northwest, Northeast, South and East, they are also members. There's some up to 57 of the other members there. So anybody for them can sue them a court. So because of that, FIFA say no, we cannot go with this because FIFA is against court action. And if we exhaust all avenue within the organization, but we not get the ethics committee, we not get the bodies there where they vote the issue and they will not dissolve the ethics committee will be headed by those Taylor. So because of that, they say we are the absence of the judiciary bodies, we are the ethics committee, let's go to the court of competent jurisdiction.
Partly now that new dates don't come, now at the public domain, April 5, we get forget the ordinary Congress. And of course, a lot of people don't they yearn for a new dates. And finally, we don't get a dates now. And we don't see the momentum out there to football stakeholders then and supporters as well. One for know how this get for talent. But generally, as somebody who don't monitor and follow the game closely, what do you take with regards to this new dates and what do you expect out of this?
I think it's a win-win situation. It's a win and take, give and take. Because the minister, the Kolleh, the executive directors, Afadulai, they meet, they discuss, everybody to ingredients. Let's forget, maybe the legal team be there for the Mr. Betua, we represent the District Football Association. So they agreed, say, okay, because of this, don't forget. So not to say, well, I use my power, I use FIFA, I use my political connection. I know this is about the good of the game. So they all agreed, then pull the case in the court. So this new date, they show you, say, one, they go for review the SLFA statute. We don't review them, they take and go to Congress because this Congress are their own parliament. The highest body, the only power with Congress not get for football and for change man to woman. But every power for impeach president of the FA, the football Congress get that power there. So they are taking it to the Congress. You don't review the statute, you don't get a constitutional review committee, you don't review them, take them out to the Congress, let them go adopt them before it becomes a working document. If they fail for taking to the Congress, it will not be legal, it will not be legal binding tools for work with. So when they go to Congress pass and they adopt them, then it will become a working tool immediately.
This concern on day from the public looking at the momentum, for both sides, the candidates them we don't then at the pipeline now for aspire for the position of the presidency for one football at the country. How you go assess the 2 leading candidates then, Thomas Daddy Brian Marwin at the incumbent and also Babadi Kamara we that the manager for Go Rangers. We said they vie for the position.
Yes, although Babadi not officially declared, but intent, show intention say in one go. So Daddy Brian, yes, does show himself one go as an incumbent for his second term. It can be very difficult for going to election with an incumbent. It don't mean say go lose. It will be very difficult. Same way so Babadi Kamara contesting against Daddy Bema is a huge challenge or tax for Daddy Bema. Looking at somebody who don't build stadium, don't raise a club from a relegation to a club now when an envy club now they contest, they win title 3 times. Also don't be a philanthropist to clubs them. You understand? So contest with that particular individually is a tough target for the incumbent. As I say, also for fighting an incumbent is a tough target. So within these two, it's going to be a tight race. Anybody can win. A left for the 57 delegate for go make the decision and do the choice. Whether they think say one football for continue in the way I did, then they will say they want change. It changes, but it depends on the change when they say everybody go and count. If I change way better than this, they also has to decide. So looking at the two individuals, they are two perfect gentlemen. Now people like we don't say don't contribute, they don't game, they don't very kind to the football. Come on from nowhere. Within 5 years, you know, able to set a peace within the football family. Babadi Kama don't do immune in terms of football as I measure those things about the Bow Ranger, the MV club right now, the ongoing Premier League winning 3 times, still a contest. Right now they are in 4th position, 16 points away from man get 21. So 5 point difference with the first man. This coming weekend they are going to play with the first man of the league. If they win, they'll cut down the point to 2. So looking at this, but they are still going to be a title contenders as they be, although they start gradually, slowly, and about then all these in ideas put together. So it's going to be a tough election. We hope that the better candidate wins and the decision will be made by the 57 delegates. They will think wisely and vote for one of them things. Say yes, this person can change football, or it depends on how they see the football.
Viewers, of course, that also will end on for today. We will look at the ordinary congress. We don't get a date. We get for the April 5 this year. Outside football stakeholders and go to for ensure say they do the needful as they prepare now for go into the SLFA presidential race. You know, we get for be a very tough one as the incumbent way now Thomas Daddy Brahma don't declare say he want for going again for the second time. Whilst you know, gentleman win Babadi Kamara, win the manager for Bow Rangers Football Club. We don't see move them, but you know, come out it officially for declare say in 1-for-1 for that particular position day. But we will continue for the bring to more of the opinions there. Continue for the following. Me and Mohamed Kamadi bring to you this discussion.
All right, we continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, or they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. In case you just tune in, don't forget for like and also share the program so that more people go be part of the conversation this morning. As today we'll carry from the leaders them at the energy sector, as then they can give updates, but waiting on the happen at the sector and how government don't they continue for all engagement with the car power ship and other things them we make presently Freetown the experience load shedding. Well, this and all plenty other issues them did at the program for you this morning. But quickly, before we can look at the major story inside the program, let's go now the formal community usai people them where they produce local farm things them. Don't they raise concern say the seed and fertilizer where then they use for the farming work they are pass mark. We reporter David Yankesise been go work at this community and he gonna report.
Alright, good afternoon viewers and listeners. Today inside the Liberty Market series today, we cover kind of for my community, also a lot of people involved into agriculture. And of course, inside this edition of the market series, we can talk to people really into agriculture and tell we waiting at some of the constraint challenges where they get, more especially for grow the market them at this part of the country. And for sake of this, make Liberty Online Television can work on for my community for talk to market women way they into agriculture because we all remember say His Excellency in his second term in office. It always say feed salon are one of its priority areas. We mean say it prioritize agriculture business in the country. Well, a lot of people where they into agriculture don't risk concern. Say they get a lot of concern where that they go through. And for sake of this make we can work now the formal community, especially now the farming area, let them tell me waiting on some of the challenges and the constraint where they get for do them farm.
We come in at the 5 years, we started farming gardening.
Okay.
We can pay people them for work. But when we pay, they go to the money, they go to the thing. So now I make now, like me said, now this self at the party, now dig at the party for myself. I don't dig, I put the grass, I burn, I scatter the cream, I go buy in the market, I scatter, I go buy sorghum again. After 2 weeks back, I add back my SLFA. Say if fresh may reach like this, I'll wait and I'll go to.
Okay, in as much as you don't take me through the process then we involve for like reach this peak we get for do it taking it to the market, yeah. But firstly, how una can sell this?
And by dozen.
Okay, how much una can sell for dozen?
Because this behind the way first route and say 250, but now no it's because we dip and big first.
Like I say, for any where you gonna market, where you go ask for rent here, since for one side they could say 20,000 or 15,000 as the case may be, because I think that will be done they do. Yeah. But firstly, being the fact say one person we don't do into agricultural business, because people can tell you say anything what they produce in the country very expensive, and if you go ask the markets, people where they sell a market, they go tell you say, and the people also go buy it. Yeah. But you not possibly into agriculture. You feel say the thing that we want to produce expensive in the country.
Yeah.
Okay. So why you feel say for expensive?
Because all the harvest out, they go get money for.
Okay.
They sell them, they will take care of food picking there. So it's expensive.
Okay. Like I say, agriculture now one way this government prioritize, and of course that may make a campaign manifesto to people say they have a feed salon. But there are a lot of times anyway people they complain, think they will produce in the country expensive. But being the fact in agriculture, possibly into agriculture, waiting now some of the cry and the pleading we want to do to government for like will help on really into agriculture for like to fulfill that part of the campaign manifesto.
Like for we can solve them more. Now we need because the can now government and the that's number for money.
Okay.
But the solve them more now yeah, or they go back right now. I go buy me and then they are 1,250,000.
For waiting for the bag?
Yeah, for the bag. It be me and my sister, so they share my money now. They scatter no money.
So what you want the government to do? For that to be solved?
Yeah.
Okay. One person way they into agriculture, and of course agriculture now one thing where this government prioritize. And of course, but in as much as they prioritize agriculture, there are a lot of concern them way people on the think they would plant at the country very expensive. But firstly, as person way they into agriculture, tell me how the process look like.
The card you are the make. Madam now they buy escalator. But to sell them. They say they go buy there. We say the men back the fall there. We go meet there in there. So other plants so they don't grow though. So until they sell by time. But by the time if you card in you no way able pass they out then they can buy by dozen. So they out then they can buy that by dozen. So they then can buy 200, 250. So Panda's price then they so now they talk say until 150 or 200 I don't have the meet up. So say now they try pull that money, but they left back, he buy for scatter bag. Well no get they can supply me. Now buy with the buy the kenkesi. For okra or na buy with the bag.
So how much on can buy this kenkesi there?
Kenkesi they buy some like this year so kenkesi down there 35. Right now I say okra seed. Me down the plant so 200 what I look on I go back for the cup. So now kenkesi down there bag 25, 30. So they buy there.
So you can buy like kenkesi there so it can make boku for you the planter.
Sometimes 2 or 3 for the one cup outside the scatter. 2 and 3. So what they buy Sunday like me so yeah we say scatter na 50 cup.
Okay. So this 50 cup is scatter how much they give?
I depend on
boku. Okay. So how much one can sell like for example after you don't plant the crinkle, you don't go, you don't mature, you don't reach for the you don't do for like you carry in a market. The one that we can get back to you, how much they can buy for time? Now by time you sell or not by?
Now by dozen at the time.
So how much you can sell for one?
No, the one time now because this year plus I done there 10,000. Yeah, it's adding 5,000 for the time.
Okay. So but at all you can get profit because you can go buy the seed 200,000, but you can get profit.
Yeah, but we don't have profit, not for but hence you don't get small day. Okay.
Alright, viewers and listeners, that's now voices of people really into agriculture. And of course, we don't talk inside the interview, they also call on the attention of government and all other stakeholders and we involved for ensure that they don't need food for let them provide chemical and for them, especially where they can do the entire work. And of course, we all remember say inside His Excellency in second term in office, it always say feed salon. And one of the campaign promises we make to the people of Salon. But there are a lot of times there with people way don't complain, say thing away with the police and the country, especially thing away plants that the country very expensive. Well, on this basis, make we can work on this part in the country for like we can talk to people within to agriculture and tell we waiting are some of the challenges, the constraint where they get for go and market them, especially for taking to the market. Remember, I said this now Liberty Online Television, the home of all credible, factual, and balanced news, and me will bring this report to you. Me na David Yankee CC.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television, and from one community to the other, as we come out now for mile community, outside David and Kesi go talk to woman farmer them. Let we go now the Smilaton community na Duazak, outside they don't raise concern for seka the drinking water facility them where they get challenge for get proper water for drink. Let we watch as David Yankee go work on a Smilaton community within Adwazak. Let we just watch as it become the challenge them of people in this community. We get water challenge.
Alright, viewers and listeners, today we can work on the smaller town community for can talk to people what's happening in this community for them tell we waiting some of the concern and the challenge we don't face in this community.
They suffer for water because the councillor when me there when me carry the water for we councillor don't travel now. We still they suffer. The pump when me make na this Smilaton community. Now 2 pump no more now they use na the community. They water they do for we. They really suffer for the water na this community also.
Alright, like you say, water na one big challenge we don't face na this community. But firstly, what are the call and the plea we do to government and other social organizations for like them come at the aid of this community?
Well, we plan to the government, make them sorry for we, for let them for more water. If not tank they able first for we in the community, may tank then they will go help we. Although we get some water well, but still, we na the community for let we suffer so for the water because some people they move go down, some people they move car up, and really they strain for water now. Water more na we target to boku pass the water we get in this community. Yeah.
For the stream for water in this community, we get water pump no pay every day. For below go water for cook na problem. Water business simona na ya. So that would be paper government lay for water business. Pay water na like me so me picking a part go buy to see water for in the can get this water for in the car. We dey the stream for water business.
Also for them go by water side. So man no go able get water for say they catch over there they get all. So empty passing go the over there. So people they stream for the water. Even self the whole self, the water no bulk for say the whole self and they get free diesel out. People wouldn't they glad, so they're not able. So the water the money business are so pass the big tell people who they can whole self. If not even self, now some man a gap all the money for Kandeh. Some man no don't sleep, pass you go get. So I know more.
So in as much as you don't raise what concern about the water we don't affect on this community, we will not get. So what now the thing that we want the government and other social organization do for this community?
Well, the government if they help me by the water side, say they make for the road, no get problem with that side there. So then I go no say na help now, I don't help you for the water, no stay. No so water we dey na water na life. We possible get water business, they able survive, no problem, no really. So I know.
Well, actually with the stream for water more. Water no problem, water with the wood. All the money where they left me go buy, maybe don't sleep safe for water. So if Papa government will help by the water side or the wood, no problem.
Alright, that's now the voices of people we tap now the Smilaton community. Also, they don't raise one big challenge way. They say na water now one of the big challenge we don't affect them in this community, and of course they don't call the attention of government and other communities or organizations them for like they ensure say they help the community forget water we therefore use now this community. Remember I say this na Liberty Online Television, we are the home of all credible, factual and balanced news, and me will bring this report to you. Me na David Yankee CC.
Alright, they continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, and from that story we go now outside the deputy project lead for Sarah Sports Paladin Fatmata Batilo Gilo Lamin say the plastic waste project so then do now for ensure say they reduce the kind of pollution where plastic they cause in the country. He explained more to Mohamed Kamara inside this interview.
Good afternoon, viewers. Of course, I deal with a representative for the Sarah Sports Paladin. And Sarah Sports Paladin, now one sports association where don't they promote sports in discipline particularly wrestling, boxing, and the likes. And over the years, they done the stage so many big events them at the eastern part of Freetown. And I do it's one of the representative we can take with through on the activity we organized recently. We get for do it plastic waste, how best then self cable for stepping for contain plastic waste and at the same time create the awareness on how people for the treat the environment.
As we in advocacy group, we dey use sport as a positive drive for bring environmental change na we community dem. During this we drive, we don get so many achievements dem. One of which na the launch we be do from the 1st to the 5th October 2024. Wherein we get a successful launch. Key stakeholders them, community leaders, and the media be there in attendance. That particular thing that we do get we a broad audience, and people then can be aware of plastic waste pollution and how sports they play part for reduce na the country.
All right, in all of this way you do explain to we before we can talk about the achievement them. Firstly, I want to follow we look at which are the main reason we make Sierra Sports Paladin decide for take up this fight.
Sierra Sports Paladin decide for take up this fight because if you look salon, one of the things that we youth them more than they into now anything we concern sport, whether football, athletic event, and so now one of the way that we try for advocate for let people and be aware about plastic pollution and use sports for mitigator. So
okay, you talk about communities them on a target, yeah, for the benefit of that person will not be witness the event. How many communities are all together wanna be targeting this campaign?
We be engaged 5 communities them. 1 Kuntolo community, we get Bremerlin community, Mid Enfield community, Taris, Jalo Taris community, then Locust communities them. Wherein we engage over 1,000 youth participants them in football and athletic events. Yeah.
So how the community people and they receive the message when I give them with regards to how for treat the environment and how for able for contain them plastic waste?
Then be glady and they accept we, then welcome we well. And at the end of the event, if we do a distribution of reusable water bottles to the participants them and the local people then will be there in attendance as well. And again, we preach to them and then community leaders then begin small talks in between to then the people them as well.
All right, in all of this moving forward, waiting people for expect from Sierra Sports Paladin.
Well, moving forward, we get for bank on we milestone for say this project be a successful one, and again we get a panel discussion where they come up when we get for Duam between November 16th to the 30th. Then we get for stage a sports theme parade from Wokupa to Shell as well.
All right, viewers, as you don't get from one of the representatives them for the Sierra Sports Paladin, just to explain to we clearly on the campaign we then be embarked on recently, we get to do with the awareness we then decide for create across Freetown, we get to do with plastic pollution and how people for the treat the environment. Well, continue for the follow Liberty Online Television as we will come around for bring to you more of their voices there. Me and Mohamed Kamara bring to you this report.
You still watch the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television and continue for send you message to the number +23274200545 or drop them at the comment section and the different platform them where they watch with this morning. Remember, so we go for can look at the issue we get for do with energy. So in case you get any question for us regarding the energy sector, you for send them at the comment section at the different platform them also you they watch this morning. And don't forget if you they indicate anything we get for do with electricity, let we know the community and also you tap with the send a message there Later na the program we go for Kantogbo Energy. Let me just quickly go now the Texaco community at the eastern part of Freetown. Outside the mama of one 19-year-old bobo don't complain say then killing picking for Sika 1,000 old lions. Well, this happened this BNTM na Texaco. Outside the video and case say bingo waka and na the sibling camp.
Friday, January 17 this year, one incident be happening at the Texaco community. Outside one Mohammed Mara been chook and kill one 19-year-old Abdul Karim Bari for where them say it take Mohammed Mara and 1,000 old lions and run with him. But after way Abdul Karim Bari be return Mohammed Mara and money. Mohammed Mara been chook at 2 them with nefna in chest. But Liberty Online Television be go work on this community for know exactly wetin be happen and talk to people who be the part of this incident. Make them tell you exactly wetin be happen between Abdul Karim Bari and Mohammed Mara. Where in the talk, the mama to Abdul Karim Bari, Hawa Bari, been explain wetin happen between him Pekin and one Mohammed Mara.
Me I dey pray inside. Pekin dey say, Mama, why eat? I tell you guys at table. I dey make fatia now. I don't do fatia now. One people I meet, me Pekin don't say this. I say, yeah, me I don't put for you. He say, yes, I don't eat, but I don't be a fool. I know say where left rest now for me. I dey take it. Now I say, okay, take an ayo. Now no say na you. I say, don't eat now. Come on, I do. Now the last talk round they want me in talk. What you come on, I do? I dey try myself. I don't pray for. Come on, I do back. Like if na sit down, I can't sit down. I meet up on one na do much. Mama, don't choke me. Mama, don't choke me. I say, Abdul Karim Musai. I dey try now for pull the polo way well. I see the saw. But I don't want me attention there. Maybe away choke. You can't boss. Mama, don't choke me. I say, hey, Abdul Karim, I don't know you. Abdul Karim, Mama, I'm going to get Sangiam. Let's on Angiam, Mama. Abdul Karim, I put on Angiam. I mean, man in Bobo come. Take the picking. Try for pull and do, but no able pull that moment. But now it falls. You pull him. Pick it don't go down. Can't put her down. The bucket on one the blood they pump. Blood they pump no man they pump. I want Bobo come. I did. When I go this Bobo I tell them they get empty. But what they gonna why they Allah say, "I can't help me." I the Bobo can't tell the Bobo. They put the polo away and they run now. Say life care. When they go life care, what they want go inside. Now they put out they say the Bobo. Then they go to Okupa satellites. I think they're not rich. Or don't get you. I don't know. Who don't go to police station? I just say, now. They don't give you paper now. Pay for that other Bobo walk out me. I say, let go with the paper for let them able see me Bobo quick. You know, they say the Bobo and they just can't tell me. And be same also talk to Abibatu Sise and Mohammed Tula, where themselves been get concerned.
That next day, 8 o'clock, Abdul Karim be don't eat inside, don't come on and do. But maybe one go eat and not be get lights. And he say, Ozil, yeah, the lights. So it's left for me the yes, so because they only just they eat. Now I say, okay. Now give me the lights. I was me and I did it in Comonado. Be away in Comonado, straight to the PS and they go. So when go na the PS, you go meet 1,000 lions at the table so they can put the bites money. So I didn't take the 1,000 lions in one Comonado. So luckily, now Mohammed Mara say, you check. I mean money I don't go with. So but that's me na the bobo be don't want Kaisa with Grandpa Day. So when you don't Kaisa with Grandpa Day, now you can make fun with that. They say Mohammed because now they took you back Mohammed. So when you don't can make fun here Mohammed. You don't can make fun. You be greeting Grandpa. Grandpa money. Grandpa afternoon. They made that fun later in Grandpa. So look now here Mohammed Tula go de pagonado. So when they pagonado, now in the shop when you go back na the PS for go give na the bobo in money because instead of fun in they make with away Mohammed with the collar. So you watch on the PS, you not see the bobo. So if you say the bobo, we don't go. But beyond the bobo, we don't go. I now we shop. So I see they go inside. Now come on in back side. Now it's Tavaya. Chuka tute.
I be the cam. The team up and I hear me small brother they play tennis. So now they big laugh me. They say somehow I be very shelled. So now they pass. Now they want to Kandeh. So all to Kandeh that go. Now me daddy say that book one seller no soak me uniform again. So I don't book me uniform. Now they me big brother go pull it in there. Say that book for her. So me they book in the range. Say around 8 o'clock. Now you grandpa can pass so go pray. I didn't say we say for no go pray. I don't say the cow don't book. So now they tell me say mama me why too. So when time see mama me white, I go to me granny, I go pull here be. I do me and car slow it. I didn't Canada see the car take water for drink. The car when car take water and left me with the brook line. I didn't go. I go do water. And I see Mohammed Marabi they run after me. So now that I tell her say, I say what you do, I'm know they run after you. I say me I don't know. Now phone number make to and cow mat to me. I say well, I don't blame nobody. Now been by yes Santos be the speed and I make. So I they park Canada. I left me Buruku and force. They park Canada. The car they park Canada. We are ready for Mohammed Mara. In the cost mammy cost it's my pianda. The cost mammy cost. So that I tell her say check where it's my pianda. I can't forecast Mohammed Mara. So you check him know the cost mama. He had the one. The commoner when they come off for answer the bobo it's making the cost mama. One bobo be team up here. I didn't point her. He say look Abdul Karim. The turner win the turn. I didn't chukana him back. As they turn back, so I chukana in chest. I didn't run go and he meets me and but me I don't be feel say that chukin chukau. So now I didn't go tell me, say mama they don't chook me. I don't take her that serious way. I didn't run go inside to mama. I say mama they don't chook me. They don't chook me. I say give me the flag go to Nagia. Now I hear mama begin cry. Now I run go inside mama say neighbor chuka look what say don't do it. Neighbor chuka don't can't waste your life for nothing. So it's done now by the chair, they pump blood. Now that car call big people there. So all man go now, all man they all are the couch and I do the car layer na the veranda. The blood in the old circle, now in the car they go to now hospital, yes sir.
As this case then now at the barracks police station for investigation, but Liberty Online Television, we go work at this police station for get the side of the police, but we not be able to get the respond. For Liberty Online TV, me, na David Yankee say the report.
All right, we continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they go down at Parliament, outside they don't turn the Tertiary Commission Act to law, where according to Member of Parliament, these acts are for ensure say students them get access to tertiary education. We reporter Al Hassan Koma gets more and he gonna report.
The Tertiary Education Commission Act na bill wey dey help for amend and improve certain things dem. Na the tertiary education na salon. Outside the function of the commission na for ensure say we get better education across salon and for improve the university and technical education structure through this act. The chairman for the legislative committee, Honorable Abdul Kandeh, been read on the clauses them where the committee don't amend.
Present the fourth report on the Legislative Committee's second session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone on the bill entitled the Tertiary Education Commission Act 2024, being an act to provide for the continuation of the Tertiary Education Commission, to provide for the regulation of tertiary education institutions throughout Sierra Leone, and to provide for other related matters. Mr. Chairman, honorable member, the bill having gone through second reading was committed to the Legislative Committee for scrutiny pursuant to Standing Order 211. Subsequently, the committee met on Wednesday, 29 January 2025 in Committee Room Number 1, Parliament Building, with the following objectives.
The wait for approve now the House of Parliament. The leader of government business, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, been get this for see.
Of the bill we have, the Commission is also gearing to put in place the frivolous increment of fees. There is just story there is a price because they are trying to see the homogeneity in terms of fees. They are also regulating that. So the work of the commission to ensure that you don't have this flip flopping of fees. So if you are paying for ND National Diploma for the SCTVA, it will be the same price. And prices and it's the same fees. And fees coming should be in line with what the commission has agreed.
Leader of the opposition, Honorable Abdul Kabo, been agree with Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, where they represent the APC Nakambia district, for make the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education for they publish the list of registered and approved universities.
So the knowledge of the public. So the public may not have known whether these institutions have met the criteria as stipulated by TC. So what he is saying now, for those institutions which have met the criteria stated, they should not only be enlisted, the enlistment should be published so that they don't go to offer courses in those institutions. After 4 years, they know that those institutions have not met the criteria of the TC. So, yes, and their certificates are rejected. So what the honorable member is saying is that it should be inculcated in the act that all those institutions who have met the criteria stated in the act should be public.
For SECA regulations, with the inside the bill, Honorable Daniel Kuruma, Deputy Leader of the Opposition, inside a debate, he advised the Minister for mindful of the time limit.
Advising Madam Minister to have a rethink of that time. For this Parliament, this House is not a rubber stamp house. Once you tell us a time, you are bound to comply. So I advise that you consider maybe end of March.
Yes.
At least to be,
for the sake of it,
to be realistic. Otherwise, you say 2 weeks just because you have to please us. At the end of 2 weeks, you'll be summoned and then you don't
give us the end of March.
I prefer you take end of March.
After the bill don't go through committee stage, now the third reading, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Singapore Solomon Thomas, and other members of Parliament been agreed for make the bill become law.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The bill entitled the Tertiary Education Commission Act 2025, being an act to repeal and replace the Tertiary Education Commission Act 2001, Act number 8 of 2001, to provide for the continuation of the Tertiary Education Commission, to provide for the regulation of tertiary education institutions throughout Sierra Leone, and to provide for other related matters, has been read the third time and passed into law.
As all this the bill, Parliament been same so amend the National Council for Technical and Vocational Act 2024. This act will help improve on the TVEC institutions all over the country and for repeal and improve on other academic awards. As members now the committee stage move the bill to third reading, the bill been later become law. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Kandeh, been advised the Minister for take into consideration all the items with the inside this bill. We go improve on education across Salone. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Kolleh.
Alright, still on issues we get for do with education. Then we go now the eastern part of Freetown and look at special needs education. We continue for get challenge na Salone. And now we go na Usai, the head teacher for the Hosata Abdallah Memorial Special Needs School and the eastern part of Freetown, Aminata Emeline Bangra, say food supply and subvention na challenge where this school they get for let ensure say they continue for provide learning facility for picking them where they attend this special needs school. Well, we watch as he been talking at this interview. To Mohammed Kamara.
This school stay by Kisi, Nesmes, by Tender Hill Road for Go Boys High School. On the left hand side, after you branch, the first brown gates, you go meet the gate boldly written Hosata Abdallah Memorial Special Needs School. Now the school for the mentally retarded.
Okay. Specifically, who's picking them way on a focus for accommodating at the school?
We focus for mentally retarded. That is the one them where they're not too they up there, they're not able to do things there for themselves. But being there is an inclusion system of education, we also they encourage the deaf and dumb, that is hearing impaired. For make themselves not left out, because the government caters for all, and indeed we encourage them kind picking there also for attend.
Okay, so tell me how the learning process is like, for teaching them kind picking up.
Oh, the learning process is tedious. Like I say for the hearing impaired, we not go say A like the one where they hear, they hear, and at the same time, they able to talk. So we they use sign language like this one where I show you so now the A for the hearing impaired.
this is B, and this is C. So go on. So now so them they learn, and we dey facing them, and by right we for use mirror, and not to at least 4 for a class. So at least 2 for a class or 1 for a teacher for proper learning to take place, because then they do the same syllabus like the normal people. So like for the autism, we get the scheme for them ranging from 1 nursery to class 3. Now that way they will train them, and we get skills way for learn them, for develop themselves, for become self-reliant, and any side where they will fend themselves, that they're able for upkeep themselves. But like I would say, the syllabus talk about it, but the output for let it implement for the buildings and the materials, they're not there.
So that they will get the actual equipment then.
Of course.
So how the picking and cable for cope, with their
So we teach them with the cognitive side and the skills how to take care of themselves. So then we learn them a bit on sewing when at the tailoring department. But like I say, not to all things Kandeh, because we need a center. If we enter at the classroom, where as well we take for be the classroom for tailoring, which is very different from the learning environment. So you go find out say the pikin not go able put needle, you not go able thread the needle, and inside the end they dark. So if they use needle and if they use material where you get for use needle, you not go able for thread even under. So the place not convenient for tailoring, for proper tailoring, and we dey appeal for a center where the pikin them go get lights through the windows, and where every side go clear, and go get machine them where go able make them able learn skills for themselves. So they entice them for make them be in the school compound where go be safer for them. So that one the back with a big, and we get strengths for the payment of retired people. Okay. So one person they go charge na labor 70 million, I get proof 60 something million, and for this trip we get retirement where na 5.
Okay.
Way for go, but all this I don't copy, send to welfare, social welfare. I don't send on to the education department. So for me they see this train. So if they bring money, let's say they bring 100 million. So we get for pay the school owe to workers more than 200. So what did that one they get for be? And I made them they draw, and we they pay also NASIT to government for them workers there. So at the appeal, let government add this money, please. And at the appeal, let government hang we in any organization for supply food, where that side they will be easy. And let them not forget them picking their food, then clothes. Some they not get parents them. They abandon, but no furniture. They not there for let the picking they reside. And even if an organization or government decide for furnish the body home, no food no go there for boardroom, because when they talk of body home, logistics then get for there for feeding, and we go be on time, and it go be at the proportion of the diet. Okay. Where the picking there for take. And besides we get epilepsy with them, we go appeal for me and give we first aid with epilepsy. The pikin and the for down here, but we not get help, we not get connection for where then go bring.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show. They come to you live na Liberty Online TV. Earlier we tell una say today we dey get the leader them na the energy sector for can give updates about the developments them we don dey happen na the sector, and also for explain wetin are some of the reason them we make presently Freetown they get some challenge with electricity. Well, at the studio this morning, I want to welcome Edmond Nonie, the Deputy Minister too, from the Ministry of Energy. Good morning, Mr. Nonie. All right. As I just don't tell we viewers them, not to secret again, there are some challenges in the energy sector for the past 2 to 3 weeks now. And una don't they do una best as energy sector leader them. Firstly, let's just start for give the viewers them an overview of outside the sector they presently.
The sector they in a process of transition.
we dey in a process of we meet or we still get significant challenges then. Some of we don't come into the sector newly. I don't dey now as deputy minister for about 6 months. We don't identify several solutions then. Some of the solutions then we don't already implement them and we dey work on them. Some of them they not in what they do right now, not what they implement right now, and then you have to take small more time. But what we they ensure the viewers is that will be a responsive government, will be a responsive set of leaders, wherein as the problem then they come, we self they go for face them head on.
You make mention say una don dey implement solutions, but before we can look at the solutions, let we just know from una your end, because perhaps it's different from wetin the public they perceive. From una end, wetin are the problem with light, especially in Freetown? Wetin una fenotin are the problem?
Well, Freetown, we get undersupply of electricity, so we dey implement load shedding at the city right now. The city need around 130 megawatts of electricity. But right now, we dey distribute 65 to 70 megawatts depending on the day and the different conditions we get in the field. Now, as the numbers then go show you, now about half of the supply we need now we get access to for now. And with that amounts there, we need for they shape the lights as equally as possible. Then be say one person in your light passing company and all of the rest of that day. But as we all know, inside the community there, you line, your cable get problem, your cable cuts, your transformer, maybe your transformer overloaded. We need for understand, okay, who that's if we're able to pull some of the customer them and this transformer, transfer them to the other transformer, we're not too overloaded. We get all of them issues them inside the field where the supply where we get we're limited, then back for make it reach to you because of the infrastructure within the city. Then back at times can limit waiting. Finally, they gonna people that host them. So that's not an issue where we get. But we get two solutions then for both of those issues. Solution number one are the supply. So we not get enough supply. So what we don't do, we don't we don't start Boku projects then. By December of this year, we introduce additional 80 megawatts of solar for Freetown. Get 40 megawatts from the World Bank, where Vice Presidents go launch na Newton at the end of last year. We get other 40 megawatts from IFC, where we construct right now na Kamakwe. But even though they Kamakwe, the power they come through the Bumuna 161 line for Kam Freetown. So then they no more than 80. And then the generator and we all done the reports na King Tom and Black Hole Road. For the past 5 years, then generator and they're not on they on, then get problem. So between June to around November of last year, we've been pulling money for make the generator them with support from JICA for make the generator then at King Tom. So the King Tom generator then they on right now. In fact, last night, I'm in the King Tom powerhouse. Then we go left field for them let them operate for a significant period of time. I've been in the powerhouse when they put the generator on last night. The Black Road generator, Ministry of Finance, don't pull the money for them make the Black Road generator back. We don't order the parts them from Finland. Then go reach inside the next 30 days. So Black Hole Road back, it'll come on by May, June. So these are some of the issues and where we don't address. Okay, we get under supply. So between the solar 80 megawatts and then two engine them, now about 100 megawatts they come from governments normal by December. Then you get what you call independent power producers. That's people and they don't decide for make energy their own business. So then they come, then build generator, then build solar, and then sell to EDSA, and EDSA sell to we. So the IPPs them back there, they don't come battle governments. People don't set up some additional solar. We done it back now around another 20 megawatts. So in total, by December we get 117 to 120 megawatts where they come online for Freetown. And so next year dry season get for be we know it get for be less difficult or less challenging than what we face right now. So that's not the supply issue, the supply gap. After that, now we begin look at the infrastructure within our people, them communities, them. Now, how would they tackle land there, and also how would they tackle the improvements of EDSA service now for privatized EDSA. So we for the last 3 years we done there on this process for firm private sector partner for come inside EDSA. So we've been get a open tender process last year. We'll start. We get about 12 companies then will express interest, international companies then. For of that 12 day, we don't do screening, and now we don't get short list of 6. So from that 6, they do further engagements and further investigation into that 6 for let we decide which one we go with. Then that entire process is supposed to be done by July, August. So inside this 2025, EDSA will be privatized. And this private company where they come, then supposed to come with money, tens of millions of dollars, for begin make their investments inside with infrastructure. Because as we all can hear with the area say transformer in the area, you overloaded, you cable and get this issue, this other issue don't come up. So that money where the private sector investor they come with, then they come for buy more transformer then. So we not go get overloaded transformer then.
We can talk more on the privatization process of EDSA, but you will agree with me say before President bring una on board na the energy sector for help with the challenges, sometimes around April last year, it be really terrible. It terrible at some point, the previous minister began to resign, the president take over the energy sector before he appoint you and also bring in Dr. Kandeh Yumkella as the sector lead. The challenges them we una meet. Una not be foresee them say na them kind problems there. They na the energy sector because the first retreat where president all with una is state and clear say instead out excuses. Everybody for go to work. And up till now we still there the same problems.
We meet challenges them, and the first thing we do not understand the challenges and what we will do next. I think we all go also able for recognize the fact that from where some of the changes and where HE do as minister start in June, July of last year, say December, January. Now over the last as we start the conversation, over the last 2 weeks, we don't begin see some challenges. And as a proactive leadership and as a proactive government, what we do is immediately go at ground level. So last night, I mean, then at the Kingdom substation, between Kingdom substation and Kingdom powerhouse, say 3 o'clock in the morning. They engage with the engineers. They look and see whose side they were, whose substation, whose area they get lights. Okay, region substation. With how much we don't give them, how much then they shape.
But yesterday the entire town been dark. From afternoon where the lights go all over.
I'll go and disagree because me were able to see the distribution numbers or the system, able to know how much of the city may receive electricity. So really, now the around 57-58% of the city may receive electricity last night. That's still not good enough for a capital city. When I talk say Daniel and some people for parts we set on the back for. But in terms of using what we get now for make sure say people receive service, they be more proactive for make sure for understand who side gap them there and how fulfill the gap them. Imagine before you come back inside, before we take the step for fix the generator in our kingdom, trading not just the ship we dey rely on. So imagine if we not be done add additional 10 megawatts from Kingdom. Imagine if we not been work on the Blackwell Road generator for come with additional 16 megawatts from Blackwell Road. Then at 25 or 26 megawatts where we know say Salon governments as we self get control over and we're able for spin and able for add in the system. We also over the last couple of months, and I get some visitors in Freetown right now, they arrived last night. Also over the last couple of months, don't they engage with partners in a CLSG line before begin import electricity from Cote d'Ivoire, from Ghana, from Senegal, from other countries. Them for can add for meet that gap.
But that's be done the happen this LSG line.
Yes.
It be done the happen.
No, CLSG where we first start about 4 years ago. Then we begin supply, and then this goes back to why we're privatizing EDSA. So EDSA being gets a good agreement with several suppliers from CLSG, but at the point EDSA not being paid, waiting is supposed to pay CLSG. So CLSG back then cuts the amount of power within the supply from 30 megawatts down to 10 megawatts. That 10 megawatts where they can inside, we decide for use them for prioritize the provincial towns in Kolleh, Bo, Kenema, and I think Kamakwi. So these are decisions we end up making when you not get a utility where they function in as efficiently as it's supposed to.
Is it that corruption don't be the greatest challenge for EDSA?
I know will cast accusations at EDSA or any of my colleagues them in that regard, but we get the economics of the sector or the contracts and whether inside the sector, they don't always favor we 100%. So EDSA been there at a position where they begin put you on that. So one example I'll give is the car power ship. So car power ship where we first start for do business with them under the previous administration, the tariff been there at a certain level. 2018 where we self-cam, the tariff been there at a lower level than we say now. But the way how the tariff structured, they get flat rates where we they pay them for let them ship day now normal. And then pantap that flat rate, now we they buy the fuel. So now we see in 2020 the fuel price globally and Salona is spike up because of various global issues, whether it's global inflation or Ukraine, different things. So with that spike with the fuel spike, as it is now, the full price what they pay for tariff from the ship, for example, is higher than what EDSA they sell GUM.
Most of
so EDSA get a gap there. So
most of what you don't highlight as challenge in this sector, not only when new to the public. We don't hear this year in, year out, anytime you host somebody from the energy sector. These are the challenges we then go talk about. Waiting actually they happen. Is it that proper management system not there in place on our resources? Because a lot of money don't they go into the energy sector, but the complaints and still they continue. Even the car power ship, even supposed for be just an option, but now we rely on them for giving energy. Waiting actually not the problem. Is it poor management or not the resources?
No, both. And why I say poor management, you don't necessarily need for say, okay, now posting no sabi how for doing work properly. Not so that they say. Poor management in the regard that because systems not in place, the way how you go able for robustly manage something, if you get all of the infrastructure, you get all of the resources for do you work, the way how you want do them, now you not day. And the difference is, it's not the first time way people that from the energy sector go sit down and tell you, say, this is not the issue. And because it's not the issue, we can't privatize it, sir. For letting get more resources and letting get better management. Because resources back an issue, or because supply back an issue, within 12 months, we can't give an additional 120 megawatts. Nobody know within 12 months. Nobody never come with this kind program for make the change. The other thing about energy Energy, not to today, tomorrow, something. It takes time for let you attract investor for come, for invest and expand the amount of supply where you get. It also takes time. The generators and a Kingdom and Black Hole Road, not to the one that we did now with us. The generator of Insef Self, a big like us, a big like us. So you know, we'll just grab today, say, okay, I make this generator, and today, tomorrow, they make. The manufacturers, them, we don't pay, we don't ship the parts them, and say, when they come, you get for take them, then 40 days, then they make the generator. So the issues within the energy sector, yes, they are old issues, but for the first time, leadership, they come inside where they talk now, say, we address the issues they head on. His Excellency the President, Dr. Kandeh Yumkella, Deputy Minister One, and myself, we don't decide, say, these are the issues, these are the pain points. Let us work on them now, and let us know, say, between now to end of the year, I know they come, sit down now, they explain this.
Now that make I ask you earlier, say, if na corruption, na the challenge na EDSA. Because if EDSA, they generate money for themselves, because people na prepaid, then they use, sorry, and people they pay for their lights. But all time EDSA, no they get money for pay the ship. Because on the several time, the ship they stop for give what they supposed for give, because they not get fuel or they owe a huge amount of money. Women say issues of corruption, you might not agree here publicly, but corruption are the major issue na EDSA. We make una self don't identify them and decide say no privatize EDSA.
I'll make something very clear. The ship, as of now, we don't get no problem with the ship right now. And we get areas where we don't pay down from the ship, but our old areas. Now areas from 2019, 2020. The areas don't always there, but we may not make a commitment to the management of the ship for the pay amount, month on month, and we're current, we're up to date with payments them for them. We know there any payments disputes with them, and they know they call that we not so down in at the issue right now.
So then they give the amount of power then they don't give?
Yes, then they give the amount of power we don't give.
So if from November, December time, the light be stable, some man even the boast of 24 hours lights. Like me area outside I go say at least 23 hours I they get light. But all of a sudden, then they cut off totally and they sleep down a blackout with waiting car power they give and waiting on ourselves they generate. So why the city go into load shedding?
Well, we always done the into load shedding until we hit that 130 megawatt supply. You will get some.
But it not be obvious as now.
Yes, it not be. That's true. But I don't know if you have been see the statements where Dr. Yumkella make yesterday about this light issue, saying we didn't investigate them for really understand if there's some form of, I could say, sabotage, or there's some form of issue. Because we self as leadership, we come to the same conclusion. Say November, December, January, we all know the same lights we receive now with us. I don't ever tell EDSA for give me special lights. So I know where lights good, I know where lights not good. So me self don't see that the past 1-2 weeks, the scenario don't completely change. Yes, Bumuna, so the way how Bumuna they operate, way water they high, we get a lot of power from Bumuna. The way dry season come and water begin go low small, we get less. But even with that reduction from Bumuna, the kind way we all they see the situation change, not to so it's supposed for day. We still get enough supply that's the cry enough for this. So now I make last night we go do this in-depth investigation. Me being there na King Tom, they monitor waiting, they come in, and waiting King Tom they send out to the rest of the city. We also put senior engineers from the Ministry of Energy, from EDSA, from EGTC, one at every substation, all the 15 substations around the city. Then self being a monitor say, okay, King Tom don't send regions this amount, how much don't come up from region go out. King Tom don't send Black Hole Road this amount, how much don't go out. So we're investigating for make sure say, like how we don't tower and make sure say we suppliers and gets the money and everything should be okay. Also not the sabotage we from inside the system.
because that's probably my next question. Say, based on the agreement and contract we get with car partnership, and the information we they get is that then they give wetin they supposed for give based on the agreement. So this sabotage where they make mention of, is it that the suspicion they can say, and from the substations then the one the way they manage they can play the games?
The distribution of energy is quite complex. It come out from King Tom. From King Tom, from there it go to 15 substations across the city. From then substation and back, you get what's called feeder. And are the different cable where they come on at the substation. Then feeder, then they go to like each feeder maybe will go to 10 to 15 transformers. So we need to understand at times it can be the human element. We know I not go just assume. Now make we do investigate. Now make we do investigation. Now make we collect with data. The human element can be that the people and we for switch on the transformer. Them we get 467 transformers across the city. A Boku assets stand there. Maybe the switching of the transformers. Maybe in Ayanda we get some challenges, whether it's logistical, whether it's material. So we're looking into all of that.
But why somebody go on for sabotage and make it appear like lights not if lights dey?
Well, not only back we self they try to understand. And we also they try to understand if that's not the case, maybe that is not to the case. So for be fair, now make we say, okay, let we do an impartial assessment. Let we do exercise last night for see from points to points how the lights they move. Because by electricity, you get generation. And under you partners and they whether it's Kappa, whether it's King Tom, whether it's Black Hole Road, generation. From generation, it go to transmission. From transmission, it go to distribution. So we need for very fairly look across that value chain for say, okay, problem day, who's the problem day?
Clearly, there is a problem within EDSA because if na institution they function properly, you as a minister, you no get no business for the na street. Say middle net for the go inspect because system they will they work properly. And this problem not to today begin. At some point, the president don't sack dismantle the entire board, bring in new people, and but yet still the problem they still they. Now, as one of the leader them na the sector, waiting on immediate action. Now that una don clearly know say there's a problem, people in at the system or the sabotage the system.
Well, we immediate action now for do this investigation, now for collect the data, collect the information. We I left here, they go sit down with 15 engineers we then set in the streets last night. We go then set in and get our data, now the substation that we them in there. We all the data together, we they hand them over, we bring them all together, we look Wusai been there where them been supposed for send 5 megawatts when 1 megawatts in send. Wusai been there. So that we first understand where the pain point, where the challenge there. And because where you don't understand Wusai the challenge there, then you can understand why that challenge come up. That's something where maybe 12 transformers out of 20 transformers now this area then they down. So the first and foremost is forget a fair assessment where if we take any action, we don't clear with conscience say yes, we not been just grabbing and say,
But
oh,
what
this.
una see yesterday net where una do the monitoring? What una see?
Well, me been there in King Tom. So I've been we been get around 65 megawatts we come inside. And then from King Tom been send out around 64. Because where you they synchronize electricity, you get what you call transformation losses. You get some small leakage when and I'm purely infrastructure and technical. But me know what we receive total from the different suppliers. I mean know what we send out.
So as an engineer, what you see this morning waiting at the King Tom power station, enough for the city?
No. Like as I say, we'll start now about 130 megawatts now we able for send right now. And by the way, that now other something where we be able for improve on. In about 5-6 years ago, now 60 megawatts now governments be able to send out to the people in our freedom. Last year, November, December, we finished a project with World Bank. I don't know if anybody been to see some construction of new towers and new cables around the city. Now, because of that, we're able for double, which we're able for send out into the city. So no 60 megawatts for a city we need 130, not enough. But that's why we did do the work for get this additional 120 megawatts available by December.
Why una feel say for privatize EDSA might be a possible solution we will salvage the blackout issue?
Well, private sector person na business it can do, na money one make. So them a lot more efficient. All over the world, we dey see say public sector, some say public sector governments na cumbra. So private sector always more efficient than public sector in the way how then they run any system. But also na best practice. We don't see say in Nigeria, in Ghana, in other countries than in Kenya, where the electricity issues they're more stable than we own. Now privatize them and privatize the utility. In fact, in some countries, they get multiple utilities where they say, okay, we get one utility or one EDSA where then they for Aberdeen, and that company now in they deal with Aberdeen. Get other company back where they deal with Blackhall Road, right? So that's now another method where people can take. We, since now something we new, we still want to start with, okay, privatize, but still now one company. If after a while we decide, say, okay, we do further catchment areas and get further distribution companies across the city, landing back can be something we can
Because the reason why I asked, the time that we've been there under the NPA, switching to EDSA, these were some of the conversations that we will be the get. Why you want to come out NPA and come to EDSA? One of the promises was, for example, where we do under EDSA, we use the prepaid meter. No sooner you get top up now your meter, when you switch on, there's supposed to be lights, but now the reverse they happen currently. So does that mean leaving the NPA and coming to EDSA, it been yield anything? We don't reach a point where they can go back to the private sector for take over EDSA.
So sorry, I beg your pardon. What may happen with NPA was not just a conversion from NPA to EDSA. Now something again where internationally, now with sub-region, all of the countries they don't do, where now for unbundle the utilities, or we all been get utilities where now one man gang, the utility in the one that one utility now they do all things. Remember, this is not a talk about generation, transmission, and distribution. It's a different step than inside electricity. So what we do to NPA at that time was for divide NPA into the different areas of electricity. Let the different companies then focus on the area there. So MPA became EDSA and EGTC. EDSA is the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority. EGTC is the Electricity Generation and Transmission Company. So EGTC, and I make now then gets the Kingdom Powerhouse, and then gets the Kingdom Dispatch Center. EGTC then they for deal with the bulk generation companies where they give you lights, whether a government source or private source, and then them prepare that electricity there, and then like I say, where I've been there at the dispatch center, they know say okay, now 15 substation we get. You get 10, you get 5, you get 20, you get this. Then they for push now to the substation. Now EDSA now at the substation, now then they pick her up and then send them to we host them. And then go put meter now we host, and then they do business with the public. So EDSA, they like that commercial and customer engagement and customer distribution angle, and then EGTC they in the generation and transmission angle. So the purpose will be get for unbundled NPA, it's been very necessary. And in fact, it all make it's easier for understand what's the problem there. Because if now one green MPA there, then you're okay, whose departments? Now you're like, okay, EGTC, we can left in a corner first. We know say the problem in EDSA at this particular area, then we need for fix.
But in terms of service,
Mm.
EDSA don't live up to the expectation of people where they pay for the lights and not they get.
ETSA don't do waiting ETSA able for do given the resources where they get access to, given the systems that where they get. Let we take the example of the telecommunications sector. For decades, now Sierratel, we all been relying on. But we don't see the improvements in telecoms access, communications access from where private sector mobile phone companies can come into the country. Unfortunately, right now, we not get Sierratel again. You know, we not go that not mean say I they say we not get ETSA again. But when you open up to private sector, you they begin see innovation, you they begin see prizes, then they come, you they begin
So
see
it's
people
safe
and
for say EDSA not able to work, they're not able for deliver. We make we they go private.
well, if ETSA been a do it, we all want the ETSA they do. We not go they grumble say we get issues with ETSA, not so. So
now all the technical term here we dey talk about that ordinary citizen where they watch or listen to you this morning, all waiting a one for now when on a go restore back that at least 20 hours supply where people in Afriton be the get.
So I want push back small. We not be they do 20-hour supply every day for all man. The way how lights been there because the supply now been 60 for 30. Now been one day in, one day out.
No, but some area
Right?
they get light.
Well, some. Well, okay. I no one commits to all man something where waiting with the scene at the dashboard, na the waiting self, na the powerhouse, not match to that day.
But Mr.
But,
Minister,
but,
the
but, but
same thing then be done at the same dashboard.
no.
Because around that November, December time, the lights be okay.
I understand.
It not be enough, but it be okay.
I think we dey talk about the same thing. I just don't want to use the word say 20-hour every day for all man. We able for restore back to Usai we be there November, December, back to how people them may see lights.
Yeah.
November, December, January. Now then they were able for commit to people them.
So when on go restore that kind of pattern they get?
We they work for make sure say the challenges where we don't see over the previous 2 weeks, for ensure say that within the next 60 days we not go get then kind of incidents.
60 days Iboku.
Well, 60 days
for the parties kind suffering.
So remember where I say we get 400 and just below 440 something transformers then. If after last night we go do investigation and we find out, okay, the reason why people are not get lights over the last 2 weeks, now because out of that 400 and something, you get 100 and something, we get problem, some kind of faults for fix. Transformer get transformer oil, you get different components that we will need for replace, we will need for order them parts them. It's not as a simple fix as we're able for say by tomorrow all things go be okay. Not to mention the fact that where you get issues for make lights reach now people at house. At times we can do investigation and find out saying a vandalism. We all don't see outside people and they vandalize transformer and then they go inside the transformer, then root
But
all
now
the
where lights not then you go route because if you meet lights, you can't go there and say you want to go vandalize when
Yeah.
power the inside.
Then they still as responsible citizens them we not for go inside transformer and we route cable and copper and then where lights available we know say lights na shape with the shaper. So if during the time where you don't get lights you go route the cable common and transformer where lights come for your community now you don't spoil the transformer so how you will get lights you dey deprive yourself regardless of lights day lights no day we know say lights not can always day. But we light no they not so that time for take opportunity for go vandalize and spoil we own transformer and deprive yourself. So these are all of the potential issues where I think we get foresee. We'll sit down for do analysis this morning and we will set a plan for say within the 60 days, if na then can issues them, we go able for order the parts and make what we're supposed to make.
Same go every day in a salon where people go get 24 hours light based on the top up where they get at the meter. We go reach yonder.
Yes.
When?
I know one
Because that was the promise where government been get the time where they want to let people and switch to the prepaid. So once you get your top up, you switch on, you will get light.
No, the time they reach and HE been promised we say within in time it will address several issues when in the country, and one of the issues was electricity. We don't get the assignment from His Excellency say before the end of this in term, in second term, we need for sort out electricity. Presidents are an extremely busy man. So for let him talk say I the be president and I also the be minister of energy. Now because it take am very serious. In fact, it been returned na Sierra Leone a few days ago. Last night I see message on my phone say HE1 we today, this afternoon. Because when he come, he hear say people in the go move of lights. So he want to see with this afternoon for say wait till they go on with this light situation. So now this energy issue, he's taking it extremely personally and he's taking it extremely seriously. Now I make he still keep the portfolio, saying I me self the lead, and I get the people and where they deputize me and make sure say this thing succeed.
As minister of the sector, you know one of the leaders them, and you know somebody who very active na social media. We can see people them they grumble, they cry, but they black out. How you dey feel about that?
I feel bad. I feel very bad. And because I dey feel bad or they get concerned, now I make the grab na bed, I left me where me picking na house. I go sit on our powerhouse, stay early morning. Not to something where I go one for just sit on at my office and say, yeah, well, now this excuse, now this time tell me, no, me self, and we self now the energy sector, whether na Dr. Yumkella or Dr. Eldred Taylor or me self, we want if problem day, we able for talk with confidence say problem day because number this transformer and this community now I mean they down last night I make this particular community not get this cable where they care for care lights go over this side and I make this not get, so we know waiting who side for apply pressure and who side government able for help EDSA, who side Ministry of Energy able for help EDSA, or who side we able for go to Ministry of Finance and say, hey, Ministry of Finance, this light issue where they, these are all of the gaps, but we need this amount of money for to close the gaps. Do you give it that money there?
Like how you talk no more, Edmond, electricity very expensive and not to also now they get quick people and for can invest. And that will make way the news of the MCC being come up. All well-meaning Sierra Leonean be very happy because now one of the things then they with that money they before can solve this electricity challenge which London they go through for over years. But with waiting they happen now the world following the international news, we see how President Trump they cut US aid to African country them, although no united about the MCC. Should Sierra Leonean be hopeful?
We are very hopeful, actually, that the United States would honor their commitments to the MCC and other such programs. One thing about the MCC, where I don't think everybody familiar with, is MCC was a was a program that was created by George W. Bush, so it's a Republican program. During President Trump in first term, there were 5 different MCC compacts signed during that first term. During the first term, there were about 4 MCC compacts that were active, investing money in various countries in Africa and Asia and South America, where Trump allowed them projects to go ahead. And not only that, Trump in back mean creates an agency for gay international aid, which is the DFC. Now the DFC, now the last year we been get commitments from them for $419 million for build the gas to power plants, 105 megawatts na Kisi. I don't know if I remember that day. So DFC, when a Trump developed agency, don't commit for give capital for that big power projects. But DFC also, by the way, Now, DFC provide, I think, around $200 million for Lunge Airport as a loan to the Turkish. So we confidence in by looking at the history or waiting Trump doing in first term, MCC projects, and then the compacts and still being a go ahead. Income self and add DFC as a new program. That same DFC, it don't give salon money before. So for we quite confident say everything.
So even though na confidence and self hopeful for say the MCC grant, nothing will go happen with them. Even though President Trump gets young policies, them now we want for focus on. Is there any option for let we not get two eggs in one basket and perhaps, God forbid, a crash? Is there any other option for say let the MCC money, God forbid, now available? Salon will be still fine implementing thing, then we go for improve on the energy sector.
Yeah, of course, multiple options indeed, to be honest. We with His Excellency the President's lead, we in Tanzania a couple of weeks ago, several weeks ago, with also strong leadership from Dr. Yumkella and myself and Minister Fansamadi Finance at the Mission 300 Summit. Now, Mission 300 now a energy investments program that was created that way Africa Development Bank and World Bank don't make. That program they non-commit $40 billion to that program they non get a set of, I think the first set of 11 countries in Africa. The objective of the program is for make sure say 300 million people in Africa gets light inside the next 5 years. So the first 11 countries then we don't go through them compacts and develop them compacts for Mission 300. So, and not a small compacts then. Senegal developed compacts for $6 billion. Zambia developed compacts for $5 billion. Liberia developed compacts for $2 billion. Tell God Senki, well, during the summit where HE go engage with the head of the African Development Bank and the World Bank, they not add Sierra Leone to the second cohort of countries. So we'll come back from that trip, we don't work on the paperwork for that we own projects them together and say to them, okay, when I them projects them, we want do as part of M300. So God forbid the MCC not go through, we get that M300 where we not say we're able for put some of the projects and we'll bundle with MCC inside that M300 compact. That's one option. The second option where you get the infrastructure, what we want to do with the MCC money. Now for build additional transmission infrastructure for pull electricity from western area, go na the provinces, and then we been get other money from India Exim Bank, where down the back been day for pull electricity go na the other side of the provinces. But also some of them issues where they say we not get enough transformers, MCC money back for to address some of them. So the other option we'll get is private sector. So we get a company or we get an institution called Africa 50, which one of the big projects inside the MCC was this what we call the Southern Transmission Line. Now it draw transmission cable from Freetown go down to Pujon. And then back we now create the Northern Transmission Line. Then it draw cable from Freetown go to McKinney. And as that cable they pass, we drop line and down to them villages and communities where the cable they pass. So we for now connect over 200 communities to electricity for the first time. Using grants, using public sector money. But in case that not happen, you get institution and like Africa 50 where then they do that and they privately. Then will come and study the project with we and say, okay, we're able to build this transmission line, go to McKinney. We will build and done over a 25-year period. We go run them, and as the electricity they pass, and so will they be paid.
All right.
So we don't look at a lot of options.
All right, Edmond, continue for the between at the studio quickly. Let's just listen with team being going at some parts in Freetown and talk to people them about exactly within the happen with electricity so that we not save the car on within the people na the street they say. Lord just watch within the people concerned them.
These past weeks with this light issue actually don't affect me a lot because example like we prepare a food stuff now hose for the whole of the week you put in a freezer and you find out so lights not the food stuff they put like last week, so a lot of losses be happen to me because of the food stuff we have done prepare and put in a freezer, the lights not the and the style way we then get in this community or the light issue again at this community, they find out say the lights can the all day but then say 4 to 5 the lights the waste then take and pass the next day again before they get the lights. And if you look the freezer itself inside right now the lights not there, the water not even cold and customer and they come and they ask for cold water, they find out say what cold water not there.
Well, as a human being, we will not go be satisfied 100%. To me, your understanding, not to everybody go be satisfied at the same time. People will still grumble, yeah. But the light system now on and off, on and off. Maybe it come in the morning till by 1, 2, then take them. Well, then take them then around 5, 6 to 7 o'clock, then give back. So we then give. Then later or mid the night, then they take them. So now so the system they no more.
It affects me bad because when the people they know before study and the chief money they come, we blackouts can go. We encounter lots of the thieves. We can get light by week. Okay. Weekly. Okay. At times some week can come for morning till the net. Okay. When at the danger side and time lights they go. Okay. Till or 10 in the morning, now lights they come. Okay. See.
This light business, the way don't they affect me, not is not the way good about her. You understand? I just wish them having a certain kind of power. We are in ERSA, by now they've lost billions of millions. If I get small money safe, I the student are caught first, if you chance there. Because then every day then the poor people in house then. Now look, in this year them house born now, all in the name of bad light. They don't get nothing for pay for every day. Why else suppose they can? You meet her not correct, you meet her this, take a huge amount of money, go. We'll not get nothing for talk because I will say we're peaceful citizens. We allow all the rubbish things that they happen and it don't make sense. Then thing they are all and they put we country down. Would they blame now would they blame government? Yes, would they blame government because I'm at the head, but now this one ERSA, the thing and the way they do now, they do nothing good for right home about, yeah. So like we don't give me this opportunity. I wish someone I will get somebody, someone I will pick me up from elsewhere, give me certain amount of money, my dump ERSA there.
Well, actually, to start with, me I'm a businessman. I do business, and the lights is so useful to me in a way that I always need them. But rather unfortunate, they carry out the lights, they meet we, they're very disgusting. So at least we will ask Papa government for look into that. Let at least then try for fix that for we the people then we will able use the lights according to how for get them. Because like the way how they don't fix the situation for the light now, we expect say if for they happen for we because we go buy we credit, we can put on our meter, we not to that postpaid again, now not prepaid. So at least the lights for the gets and that carry we no get credits now, no get lights, we can understand. So the surprise for the situation they do with this way, they will not see no improvements. We just they go from bad to worse. So we they ask Kolleh at least the improvements we will depend on the lights so that we will utilize and the way how we go benefit we as a nation.
All right. Well, from then concerning day from the streets of it, and quickly we'll just they take few more message from our viewers. Then they will come to the Honorable Minister for respond. They will go wrap up the show. The first one way I did take it, they come out from Usfred Kamara na Facebook is say, are there plans to change structural system of the energy distribution network, especially in the load shedding distribution system? The previous system has been manually done, which is a cause for electrical damages such as fires and damaging electrical appliances. This can be typically corrected through automated systems that monitor grid conditions and activated load shedding where necessary. Also, are there any specific step up and step down transformer system that control the energy load in cutoff points for customers?
All right, to look at more messages. Now, the YouTube channel, the very first one I go look at, Suleiman Kamara, they say, what are the reasons that EDSA has repeatedly failed to provide sufficient and accessible electricity services for areas like Waterloo, despite the historical neglect and ongoing challenges faced in such communities?
Magdalene Kelfala, they say, Mr. Minister, not all of us understand these technical terms, and frankly, not many Sierra Leoneans care about it. All we need to know is when will we get back to having electricity as we used to have it. We should understand the losses associated with the appalling power supply. Our country has made many people living off the wages they earn on daily basis, and this power supply is causing serious problems on the daily earnings of people. Food in the fridge, the poil, is also not something to make light. Of course, to prepare a single meal right now will require you to spend well over 350 to 400 leons. And honestly, seeing it waste because light nowadays is not good, especially with the way our economy is right now.
Jibril Bangura na the YouTube channel. After all the discussions with the Kappa ship, the country remains in darkness. How will privatizing EDSA truly illuminate Freetown by at least 50% as it was during the APC administration?
Dauda Tawali, they say, we were told that repairing and running both the Kintom and Black Hole Road power stations will be very costly. Can the minister confirm whether these two stations will be cost effective, taking into consideration the fuel cost?
This text line, the person they ask say you keep complaining of inadequate substations, but why do some communities have more than one?
All right. Because of time, we come now to the minister, Edmond, for let he go respond to some of our messages there. Mr. Minister, get the floor.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the messages from the people. In terms of the Waterloo situation, so they work on, well, we get projects ongoing for connect more of the Freetown western area rural. Specifically, we get a project from JICA where first time lights, I think, now river number 2. First time the cable, and now river number 2 it been stopped. Now the JICA project, the Keram go to, I think it don't go to Tombo. The phase 2 for go to Waterloo. And what we want is at where the work not done, forgets the entire Freetown connected in a loop. Over, within the next 12 to 18 months, that Waterloo side go don't be connected through that loop there. So the electricity issues with the under go be managed better. So that's number one. Then number 2, somebody may ask about fuel cost versus operations. Yes, the operations of King Tom and Blackwell Road could be cost effective. As I've been mentioned, where you buy fuel from somebody else in generator before, or where you buy power from somebody when in your own generator they use for generators. Let's say car power ship, for example. Before you talk about the fuel costs, the fuel money, you get for pay and force for renting generator. King Tom and Blackwell Road now we get the generator. So today we dey pay rent for the fact say you get this person generator now, plus fuel. Now we just dey pay fuel. We don't pay rent again. So in terms of will it be cost effective, it's more cost effective than the other option that we'll get right now. The only option where King Tom and Blackwell Road it cost less than now Bumuna without the back and government gets them, and then new solar projects and where I say we they bring by the end of this year without the back and government gets them. So government we always dey try for find different options them for bring the cost of generating electricity down. So now make we say, okay, we not go there with the rent other person generator, we self get generator, when it puts our own. So in terms of cost effectiveness, it definitely get to be more cost effective.
The transformers, you can learn the why some community can get more than one, although not in operation.
Transformer and community not to one self. One not do one. Where you say community.
The
Like,
developed community, for example, when I get them two, they not they get lights. They not ever go put them on. It just did this. Why? Waiting at the reason.
Devil Hole Day as part of this expansion of the Freetown network. Let not forget say Freetown where the establishment of Freetown now being a much smaller city. We don't expand the city go Devil Hole. Typically where Ministry of Lands and this not to today business. This is something that has happened over the last 40 to 60 years. Where community then begin open up between Ministry of Lands and Ministry of Land, we for the plan say, okay, we don't come open up Devil Hole. Devil Hole probably it begin open up then 2000, 2005, 2007. You know, you go buy land, side you don't say cable no dey, right? Government responsibility will make sure say, okay, we don't notice say this side don't open up. Let we see how cable able for reach on this side now. So then that's government to do now. You then not begin see the cable then they go Devil Hole, then not begin see the transformer they go Devil Hole. So now this is an issue of the city has expanded. Now government they try for catch up with how the city don't expand, how people don't buy land and how people don't build hosts in different places. And it's the same thing where they do across the peninsula. New communities then they come up where Salon man, we all free for buy land any side and for build any side. You know, government don't they restrict anybody. So our government at times we can say, oh, maybe I don't go build us over here. You not get cable or you not get transformer. Or, okay, well, I'll plan how for make finally it begin get that infrastructure, letting self camp and the grid. You know, so that's what's happening with Devil Hole and a few other communities where. So with Devil Hole, for example, then cable and we don't begin seeing the transformers. That's part of a World Bank project where really and honestly it's supposed for done last year December. But through one delay or another, now we look at inside March, everything for complete and then for begin get lights. And then after Devil Hole, other community get for cancer, we say, hey, we deny we not get lights. And we begin fend we have to make the lights reach them back.
Finally, Mr. Minister, before you left way, the investigation what they do now for know if really people them at the system now EDSA the sabotage the system. When exactly the public will hear reform now for the investigation?
Dr. Yumkella been say in due time inside this month, in one organize a press conference where not to either we the talk or deputy one go talk now EDSA talk. Now EDSA goes EDSA chairman and EDSA DG now then go come present waiting and don't see in terms of the operations, waiting on see in terms of the service delivery, how people then get lights. So now then self go talk for themselves and waiting and go say it go include the findings where we come up with now.
All right. Thank you very much. You take your time, come and explain to the public exactly the challenges them they face now and how on a plan for address some of them challenge there. From time to time, we reach out to the ministry. Any of the leader them at the sector are available. We'll bring when I come for can explain. It'll be a pleasure for get you this morning.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
All right. We're now the end the breakfast show for today on edition. That now be the Deputy Minister of Energy 2, Edmond Nonie. They explain some of the challenges them where the energy sector they get now. We make Freetown the experience load shedding. Mr. Spears time produced the program. Musa Salkoma and Dennis Kamara Now, the technician then for this episode of the Breakfast Show. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
All right, until we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good day and continue for like, share, and tell more people about Liberty Online Television. Get a good day and goodbye.